address for the record, sir, please.
Mike Bilshi, 934 South Franklin Street, Wilkes-Barre. Okay, well, good evening, everyone. My name is Mike Bilshi, currently Wilkes-Barre firefighter, and I'm also the president of Wilkes-Barre Firefighters Union Local 104. Basically, this stuff I'm going to speak about tonight, I sent this letter out to all the council people, and thank you to those who replied. I added a few small things, and I have some handouts there. We'll go through those. I'll try to keep this under my 5 minutes. I'm here today to give our perspective as to what our position is in light of the possible looming layoffs. At the last council meeting, our Vice President Greg Freitas voiced some of the things we have done in the past to help with the city's financial problems. As far back as 2004, when the city was in danger of joining the ranks of other distressed cities in Act 47 status, we opted to do our part. Then we received a 0% raise, and we're the first to agree to a $500 deductible on our health care program. We were also the first to pay a percentage on our health care, which is currently 8%. Currently, we're the only bargaining unit with 100% of our members paying into their insurance. Even as far back as 2002, we opted to not take a change. We did not allow our members to buy back years in other pension plans. The council should have a copy of the last audit. I know one of the big problems with the upcoming year is the MMOs. Our new, the new pension in the Local 104, there has not been any MMO payments because we are solvent at the time. That was one of our things we used during our negotiations this summer. Well, that was the other thing. One of the hardest parts about this is that we just signed our CBA, which has been included in the packet too. I don't know if you had that. I know everybody received a copy of our long form contract with all the stuff in it. This was just an addendum to it, an extension to what we had. We're supposed to receive, a full copy. When we receive that, if you could all have a copy of that, we'll pull out the old stuff and put in the new stuff. There wasn't that many items that we actually changed, but we did make pension concessions. We went to third-class city code, which the city requested to curtail the state from withholding MMOs from the other pensions that actually needed it. So we could basically say the whole city is third-class city compliant now, even though at the time we did not have to make that step because we're still over 90% funded. Well, back in the day, we were lauded as saviors of the city because we made those concessions, and mere 8 years later, we're down to a dangerously low number of 63, down from 88 from where we started. At the last council meeting, council was given a spreadsheet with approximate savings through the years since the firefighters haven't been regularly replaced. The loss of 25 men saved the city about, $1,875,000 annually. Now, we're not asking where the savings went. Obviously, it was spent elsewhere, and where they're being applied, we don't know. But we're asking that some of those resources be, allocated back to the fire department to prevent from dipping any lower from the number we're at now at 63. Also, I mentioned about the city back in '95 did a study from Stephen Lloyd and Associates about fire protection. And we also did one similarly in 2002 for arbitration purposes. Both studies noted that minimum staffing should be at least 17 per shift. I'm not going to beat on that, but I did give everybody has a long form version of the Lloyd study and basically the 8 pages that deals with the manning. Separate, so you don't have to read through all the stuff about times from South Wilkes-Barre to North End. But like I said, we understand that 17 is unattainable at this time, the way the city's finances are. But in our current number is 11 on duty. Our minimum of 11. Sometimes we have more depending who's off and who's not. But we're beseeching council at this time to not let our numbers fall any further. Well, at this time we have 4 members that retired on November 15th, and we have one more signing his papers tomorrow, and we retired by November 24th. On Wednesday it'll be done. It's our hope that 5 retirements would curtail any layoffs. I mean, I know the budget's already set, but even within the budget, we went through the numbers, and the budget for next year still has 69 firefighters in it. 61 under firefighting salaries, and the 8 ambulance drivers under ambulance service. So we're still in the budget. The numbers weren't cut just yet, but just wanted to point that out. As mentioned before, Councilman Barrett made the comment about how are we gonna know, basically, you know, what the budget, if you don't know what the concessions are gonna be. We don't know what concessions to give until we have a, you know, a set number of how many guys are, you know, gonna be affected by this. Spoke to the mayor on Friday. We basically talked about it for a while. Be anywhere from, said from 11 to 0, depending, you know, like, you know, who retired. If there is a millage increase, how much? Basically, that's, you know, how much will be affected. As a union, we're willing to go back to the table and work with the city to see, you know, just to try to keep our members the way they are. As Greg stated in the last council meeting, that the cuts just don't affect the workers. It affects the fire department's ability as a whole to complete whatever tasks that are placed in front of us. Besides the traditional role of preventing the spread of fire and extinguishment of fire, we perform many other duties. When people ask me what we do, my answer is we try to make bad situations better, no matter what it is. It could be from a senior citizen that's, I hate to say it like this, but has fallen and can't get up. We do many of those calls a week, and they just need a little hand. And if we're not there to do it, they don't have anybody else. So, like I said, it could be anything from the mundane to life-threatening, but we respond, and hopefully we touch someone's life and make it just a little bit better. Sadly, though, one of the most affected by the layoffs are the ones the city has invested the most time and money into training. The city spent hundreds of thousands of dollars sending the last 14 firefighters either through the Philadelphia Fire Academy, we sent 8 through, and the last 6 through LCC's new Fire Academy. So these were highly trained. In the older days, maybe we went to the Fire Academy for a week or two, or we did a lot of training in the area. These guys had the whole full boat. So these, you know, the best of the best, basically. And they're the first ones that are going to go if we do have layoffs. Basically, right now, that's all I have to say. If anybody has any questions, I have a few minutes before I go back to work. So.
Well,
Are you finished?
Yes.
I applied to the fire department. I commend them too. I dealt with the fire department while I was working. It's probably one of the best in the state. And as for me, I don't want to cut it below 11 men. And I don't think we should take the men off the streets. My problem is, if you're already down 5, is that 63 or would that be down to 58?
We're 63 right now.
After 5 leave?
Correct.
Okay. So my question is, are the line chiefs mandated by the contract?
Line chiefs aren't exactly mandated by the contract. I looked at it and it said there will be a firefighter on the F6 vehicle, which is the command vehicle. But as the fire department differs, let's see, from the police or the army or anything like that, we have, well, it starts with the chain of command. The head fire chief, in the old days we used to have the deputy chief, he's long gone. And then we have on the office side, we have a fire inspector and a training officer. They're 8 to 4 guys, you know, regular day shift guys, or they come out to do inspections or whatever this need be. On the other side though, the 4 line chiefs are basically like a lieutenant would be in the army, or probably with the police department. They're on the street. They, you know, they don't just sit back. They have many responsibilities. Like for a regular ambulance call, no, they won't come out. If there's a rollover, you know, the chief's vehicle there. If there's a fire, they're the ones who actually take full responsibility for it. Not saying a captain, well, I should go back one step here. Every engine company has a captain, has an officer on it. And he might be well qualified to run a fire, but the chief actually goes there, he assumes command from the first vehicle there, and he takes control of the whole picture. And, you know, he's in control of the 11, 15, 18, how many guys we, you know, that end up getting called in for this, you know, whatever kind of incident we have.
See, I like it, I like Tom, I like Bruce.
Right.
You know, my problem is, if you put them off the line chief and assign them to an engine or a hose or a utility, you'd have 4 extra men on the streets.
But
that's my thing.
No, I understand, but like I said, essentially they are on the streets though. Plus they also, well, as the chiefs,
they're not put on an engine.
They're not put on an engine, no.
So,
but they also have other duties though that are, you know, that the captains take care of the house, the chief takes care of all the houses, all the, you know.
But you said you had captains in each house.
We have captains in each house, but.
And I think they're all qualified too.
Oh, no, I understand that. To take, you know, take men apart for the chief's off. Yes, you don't have an acting chief, which will be a captain, obviously. But they also, the chiefs also do the scheduling, vacation, payroll, stuff like that. If they're gone, who's that fall to?
The captain could do it, the chief could.
Well, which captain, because there's a captain on every engine company.
Each engine company take care of their own.
Take care of their own payroll.
Yeah.
That's
how that works.
No, I understand exactly what you're saying, but that's way far above my pay grade.
Like I'm saying, the problem is with the leverman, not counting the fire, if you're short, you're gonna bring in overtime. So not having them assigned to an engine.
But they count, they're a part of the 11 though.
Yeah, but they can't go on an engine.
No, but they do respond with.
So you went short on an engine is what I'm saying. If you have them in there, you have an extra engine, or an extra man on the engine. That's, that's my only, everything else I commend you on. But, I think I'd rather see more people working on the streets than, doing paperwork.
But then who takes control of it?
The captain.
That'd be like.
Because we went on the street, I was the chief.
But that would be like giving the mayor and just having council run the whole. You know what I mean?
No, because you have the captains are trained.
Well, you guys are trained too, so that actually, it'd be like county council, but you're basically cutting the head off.
No, it's the chief would be the head. I think he's capable to run the show. Okay.
Now, Mr. Bilshi,
Yes.
how many paramedics are actually firefighters?
Okay, well, the way we run now, there's a local 104 firefighter as a driver and a local 1310 paramedic on the ambulance together. That's in both contracts. The ambulance goes out, you're gonna have, one's gonna be one guy, one's gonna be the other. Qualified paramedics that we have in local 104, a bunch. I can't give you an exact number. A lot of them came from the paramedic side over to the fire side. So they were actually Wilkes-Barre paramedics before they became Wilkes-Barre firefighters.
Okay.
But they're actually, it's two separate things.
But they are firefighters.
No, the paramedics on the ambulance right now from 1310 do not fight fires.
They don't fight fires.
No, and some of them probably don't want
And
to.
that's the 1310, they're on the laborers then.
Yes, they're grouped
Well,
in.
are there paramedics in 104?
Yes, there are paramedics in 104.
How many do we have there?
I just trying to name them all.
And are they included in that 11
Yes,
when?
yes,
as a
they're, well,
complement?
no, they don't, even though they're paramedics from local 104, they don't act as paramedics. Like, they do firefighting stuff. They're not supposed to do any of their paramedic skills that's safe for the 1310 paramedic. Not saying if stuff hit the fan, they wouldn't help out. That's not the point, but
Okay. But then they're basically our firefighters.
they are firefighters.
More so
correct.
than
More
paramedics.
so than paramedics.
All right. Now, you did say that you were willing to sit down again with the administration.
Correct.
Do we think that has happened? Is there a
We
way
spoke
to
on
sit
Friday
down
and he said,
and maybe
we're-
come up with some other answers,
I think what Mike.
can we try again?
Will tell him, we've met many times.
we've met many times. Like, part of your things, you had our last collective bargaining agreement. That was many meetings over the summer. We have no problem meeting with the mayor. It's just, it's the money issue right now.
Do we think the meeting would come to any fruition, do we?
I'd say yes. And I mean, we both have, I'm not gonna discuss contracts in a public forum. I mean, with HR and the mayor and Marie and everybody else, but, yes, I would talk again 500 times to keep my guys.
Okay. What do you think about that on the administration side?
I think what Mike was referring before to is the budget presented to the public by the mayor and administration on October 15th. That's by law. I indicated back then I was not happy with it, and no council was happy with it. $30 million increase, the budget does work. We wouldn't run out of money, hopefully. Things go the way we predicted. It's not a frivolous budget. It's a painful budget, but there are no cuts in it. Without a $30 million increase, there will be cuts, because we can't keep the workforce where it's at with any reduction in revenue. When you reduce revenue, you gotta reduce expenses. And again, I can't emphasize enough, I can't tell you the number of phone calls we have with the financial advisors, the people in New York, that determine our credit rating. They're all waiting to see how we're gonna operate in 2013. And that credit rating has saved the city of Wilkes-Barre hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars over the last 9 years. As I indicated the last meeting, we're borrowing money here at low interest rates. Our sister brother city up north just borrowed money, they got 9% or 10%. We're not in the junk bond market, we have a credit rating. And it all determines on what kind of budget we present. And by having a credit rating actually saves taxpayers money. So, it's, you know, Mike has asked us what kind of concessions, we need help. We gave Mike some ideas, I don't know if you took it back to your body, but we need help in cutting expenditures. The city's been very good to the fire department, and the fire department's been very good to the city. But it's been a very difficult 9 years because of past mistakes and because of the economy. But we're doing the best we can. There's some extremely adverse conditions on the financial side.
Mark, we still have the two big questions though. Did the retiring, losing the 5 guys to retirement, did that help our cause at all?
Absolutely.
And when we do go back to speak again, we need a number.
Well, I gave one.
You gave me a sliding number.
The number
You said higher than zero.
Number. And again,
Get the low one.
you know, I'm talking.
I'm not shooting for the zero, but,
I'm talking individually to council members. They're calling me with, you know, questions and advice and, you know, suggestions, and, you know, we're talking to them to see what kind of comfortable rate we can get. I'm not happy with the tax increase, but I was not gonna present a budget that was full of fluff.
no, I understand that completely. It's just that, like I said, when we come back, we would like, you say, I want 5 guys, we'll talk.
It's gotta be soon. It's gotta be soon because we're 30 days away, before the year, pretty much.
Okay, well, that covers the 2013. And my other question, the guys are really sorting this one out. How does December look?
Not good. And I told that last week.
Right.
There definitely is gonna be some cuts in December. And we're working on that now. Again, no fault of any city employee, no fault of this administration, no fault of city council. You know, we have an EIT problem with our collector. That money is in limbo, being transferred over to Berkheimer, and they gotta determine what is owed to the city. They have a lot of accounting work to do. We may not see that this year.
And by what date are you thinking layoffs then?
We could talk